Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to Internet Nerd Trivia, the show where we test just how internet literate you really are. And if you're a first time viewer, we do this show every Thursday as much as the universe permits us. Today's trivia is based on one of our recent Internet Nerd Explains episode about AI, that is artificial intelligence, and how we have collectively lost its actual meaning. So the idea of that video was to help us find our way back. And with this trivia, we are hoping all that insights that is shared in the video really starts with you. So per usual, I'll ask you 10 questions and you can go on to pause the video for each of the questions before I reveal the answers. Ready, set, let's bounce. Question 1. AI suddenly appeared in 2022 when ChatGPT launched. If your answer is B, false, you're correct, because no, ChatGPT did not introduce AI to the world. AI has existed for decades, and what ChatGPT basically introduced to the mainstream is generative AI. Let's move on to the next question. Which of these is an example of AI? If your answer is D, you're definitely correct. Like I mentioned in that episode of Internet Nerd Explains, Gmail spam filter, Google Maps prediction, Spotify Discovery Weekly, Netflix, or YouTube recommendation are all powered by AI, and they have been in use long before ChatGPT in 2022. But it's just that they were all powered by a different type of AI, which was mentioned in that video. I'm going to link it somewhere, or also include the visual from the video. I'll attach it to this video. So I'd advise you just maybe check out the video or pay attention to the video, the image on the screen right now. All this aforementioned, from Gmail spam filter to Google recommendation and all these companies, they've all been using AI long before 2022, right? But it's just a different type of AI, like machine learning and the likes. Let's move on to the next question. Generative AI and AI, that is artificial intelligence, means exactly the same thing. True or false? If your answer is B, false, you're definitely correct, because generative AI is just one branch of AI. Generative AI, or generative artificial intelligence, is just one branch of AI in its entirety. So, which of this is generative AI? If your answer is D, you're definitely correct. These are all generative AI because they are all able to create new content from prompts, as opposed to other branches of AI where you cannot create new content by yourself. As we mentioned, generative AI democratized the use of AI, whereby every Tom, Dick, and Harry is now able to use AI in their own little corner. Before now, it wasn't the case. Again, I recommend you go check out the video, and just so you get all the context and clarity about AI and its many branches. Okay, now we're halfway there, but first, let's complete this sentence. Artificial intelligence is best described as... If your answer is C, then you're definitely correct, because that is the easiest way to think about AI. Like I said, AI is not just one single technology. It's an umbrella that contains different branches, right? From recommendation systems to computer vision to speech recognition to machine learning and generative AI. They all are part of the AI family, even though they solve different problems. Question 6. Which of these is not primarily generative AI? If your answer is A, you're definitely correct. Google Maps, of course, use AI, but it is not generative AI. Google Maps kind of AI is focused on things like predicting traffic, finding optimal routes, and estimating arrival times. So it could be machine learning or one of the other types of AI, but just not generative AI. ChatGPT, Claude, and Midjourney, on the other hand, generates entirely new content, which is what makes them examples of generative AI. And they're usually like hybrid cases, right? Say Grammarly, for instance. The Grammarly you knew before the advent of, generative AI was more leaning towards machine learning, right? But now Grammarly as a product now has both machine learning AI and generative AI, because now Grammarly can help you to draft sentences and emails and the like. Before, it was just going to spell check stuff for you. That's AI by machine learning. But the gag is that a lot of people didn't actually know that Grammarly was an AI tool before this entire AI wave. So yeah. Question 7. Before ChatGPT became popular, AI mostly worked what or where or how? If your answer is A, you're definitely correct. Before ChatGPT, AI was already working behind the scenes in many of the apps and services that we use every day. Like I said time and again, AI was used for recommending movies on Netflix. AI was helping us filtering spam in our Gmails. AI would help us predict traffic with our Google Maps. AI will help us suggest the next song on Spotify or the next video on YouTube, right? The difference was that we were not directly interacting with it or personally interacting with it. It was just quietly in the background helping software make smarter decisions, which of course ultimately helps make our own life easier. So when ChatGPT came, it flipped the table or the script, changed the game, and instead of AI just making decisions behind the scenes, you could now have conversations with it. So AI didn't become new, it only became more visible. Yeah, it only became more visible and more democratized. A lot of people often think AI started with ChatGPT. No, it did not. Once again, I'm hammering it time and again just so it sort of sticks in your head, if you get what I mean. Question 8. But why do many people think AI means ChatGPT and the likes? If your answer is B, you're definitely correct, and that is because ChatGPT changed the public's relationship with AI, as I'd mentioned just previously. Before ChatGPT and the likes, AI mostly worked in the background, just filtering information and recommending videos and predicting traffic and doing all that stuff. But ChatGPT made AI more conversational and more visible for so many people, and AI now became more synonymous to, or AI now became the tool that is now popularized for anything that has to do with generating content and imputing prompt and getting a response. So even if in truth that is just one tiny branch, I mean maybe not so tiny anymore, but it's just one branch of the entire AI food chain or the entire AI family tree, would I call it that? Yeah. Question 9, we're almost there. Which statement is more accurate? If your answer is B, you're correct. So it's very simple. Say, for instance, every golden retriever is a dog, but not every dog is a golden retriever. Every cat is an animal, but not every animal is a cat. It's as simple as that. Or every truck is a vehicle, but not every vehicle is a truck. It's as simple as that. So that is the same way every generative AI system is AI, but AI also includes others. Same way every dog is a type of animal, but animal does include other types of animal. Every golden retriever is a type of dog, but dog does have a family of other types of dog. So every Gen AI system is AI, but AI does include other types of AI, which includes, recommendation systems, computer vision, machine learning, robotics, it's short expert systems, natural processing language. It's just a bunch of them, I hope you get the drift now. So now let's move on to the last but not the least question for today. Super excited about this one. I hope you are too. Question 10. Finish the sentence. When someone says AI, what is the first question you should ask yourself or maybe ask them? Or the most appropriate question you should ask yourself or maybe ask them? If your answer is C, you're definitely correct. And really, that is the one thing you should very much, take away from this subject or topic run. Once you stop treating AI as one single monolithic thing or technology and start thinking of it as a family of different technologies, conversations about AI would start, making more sense for you, because AI, once again and ultimately, is an umbrella, and different branches solve different problems. Are you with me? I hope you are. I'm very sure you are actually. So finally, we've come to the end of today's trivia. And like I said in the previous video, if you did not get up to 70% correctly, actually for this one, it's a lot simpler. So even if you don't get up to 80% correctly, then I recommend you go check out the video, or if there's anything that you might not understand or that is not clear enough to you, please let me know. But I would like to know ultimately, how many did you get right? Score yourself. I really love to know your score in the comments. And if you haven't watched the full Internet Nerd Explains episode that this trivia is based on, I'll definitely recommend you checking it out. Internet Nerd here, signing out, and I'll see you in the next trivia.